also witnessing the use of the cyberspace to manipulate elections, subvert the democratic rights of citizens, as well as propagate violence.
Inclusive, accessible and safe cyberspace. That's what President Buhari wants as he addresses Dubai Investment Summit and sells Nigeria's investment climate.
Changing judicial landscape, the course must provide excellent judicial services efficiently, speedily.
Gather at Maiden Roundtable. The focus, quality dispensation of justice and enhancing public confidence in the judiciary.
This is a government development, and we must first show respect for the laws that we make.
Work on national housing project in Gwagwalada put on hold. Minister Fashola wants all issues with Federal Capital Development Authority resolved. And federal government moves to boost food production and processing through improved agricultural extension services. Good evening, I am Joseph Johnson on the Network News Tonight. Jennifer Igwe will be reading from Lagos. Abdullahi Mohammed is in Kaduna for us. World leaders and other critical stakeholders responsible for shaping the digital future and have challenged to do whatever it takes towards ensuring that the borderless cyberspace now transforming the world is not only inclusive and accessible, but most importantly, safe. President Muhammadu Buhari threw the challenge while addressing participants at the 9th annual investment meeting in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. State House correspondent Adam Sambo has details.
People work in it, people socialize in it, and people invest in it.
Referring to the cyber world, President Muhammadu Buhari described it as not only intangible and real, but powerfully impacting lives of billions of people, no matter their remote physical locations. Addressing the largest global investment gathering of corporate leaders, policymakers, investors, experts and entrepreneurs, the president said as a result of digital globalization, almost every day, innovations and transformative ideas are rolled out, making the human race more efficient and productive.
Today, we have digital banking, virtual currencies, and many social platforms that connect people and cultures. On the other hand, we have seen platforms hijacked and manipulated, as evidenced by the steady rise in fake news and cyber crimes. More recently, we are also witnessing the use of the cyberspace to manipulate elections, subvert the democratic rights of citizens, as well as propagate violence.
In Nigeria, for instance, the president said majority of the nation's 180 million people are fully connected to the digital world, and about 90 technology hubs are already in existence, contributing in developing solutions for the countries and global problems. He, however, laments that while this digital globalization has occurred rapidly in the private sector, many governments and regulators have not kept pace.
New waves of cybercrime and terrorism continue to threaten the positive strides being made. The criminals in this world are faceless and without physical addresses. This is why we must all come together to protect the good while eliminating the bad. Emerging threats are difficult to prevent or manage unilaterally. A certain level of regulation is needed to preserve the integrity of the digital economy.
President Buhari is indeed delighted that apart from taking the lead in cyber policing in West Africa, Nigeria has also digitized key public sector operations, thereby reinforcing the government's objectives of improving efficiency, accountability, and transparency in governance while working on creating the largest digital database in Africa. Some members of the Nigerian delegation to the investment summit speak on their impressions.
While we appreciate the fact that digitalization is important, we also have to be mindful that it can come with certain risk.
He wants the world leaders to put heads together and come up with solutions so that all evils that are being perpetrated through cyber will find a way of being eliminated.
And one thing I took away is that as we pursue the digital economy, we must ensure that it is inclusive.
Over 20,000 people from 143 countries are participating at the annual meeting with the theme Mapping the Future of Foreign Direct Investment, Enriching World Economies Through Digital Globalization. President Muhammadu Buhari later joined other world leaders on a guided tour of exhibitions to explore investment opportunities as well as engage in sustainable partnerships with investors towards enhancing their country's economies. From Dubai, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
State House correspondent Adamu Sambo also reports that President Muhammadu Buhari made a case for more aggressive investment in Nigeria's profitable economy by existing and prospective investors, adding that the country remains the best destination for return on investments. The president was speaking while engaging various groups of investors at separate meetings on the sidelines of the annual investment meeting in Dubai.
First to meet President Muhammadu Buhari with various investment proposals in Nigeria's economy was Sheikh Ahmed Al Maktoum, a key member of the Dubai ruling family. He is a private investor and critical stakeholder in several state-owned and private consortiums.
It was regarding energy and how they can help in developing the energy sector in Nigeria, especially in using gas. And Mr. President welcomed them to the country to come and, explore and look at the possibilities of investing in Nigeria.
President Buhari also engaged Mr. Yusuf Ali, chairman of Lulu Group of Companies that operates a chain of supermarkets in the Middle East and Asia. He spoke on Nigeria's backward integration and a renewed drive for the promotion of made-in-Nigeria products.
We discussed at length how they can invest in Nigeria in the retail sector, hypermarkets, supermarkets, malls, and but more importantly for Nigeria, how they can also invest in local agricultural products and help to market them and export them. So that was something that's extremely interesting for Nigeria.
In the meantime, Nigeria's power sector reform was brought to the fore when Sheikh Hussein Al-Noais, chairman of Emir Power, came calling. The company develops, owns and operates thermal renewable energy projects in Africa, the Middle East and Asia, offering a wide range of solutions to power challenges.
One of the most important things to note here is that they all said that Mr. President has given now the investor community a sense of security in Nigeria, stability in Nigeria, and good governance in Nigeria. And for that reason, they're all very interested in coming to invest in Nigeria, which was not always the case in the past.
The Nigerian leader also made a case for investment in Nigeria's affordable housing projects as the country seeks to develop homes for less than 5 million naira. This was while receiving Nahil Properties and Limitless Group, one of the world's leading developers and a major contributor to the real estate transformation of Dubai, led by Sheikh Ali Rashid Luta.
A real vote of confidence in Mr. President, and a vote of confidence in his policies, and a vote of confidence in the new Nigeria that he is developing.
President Buhari also met with the chief executive officers of Dubai Investment, Abu Dhabi Fund for Development, as well as Skippercell Integrated Energy Company. They are all looking forward to exploring the abundant opportunities in Nigeria, which the president said is truly open for business and investments. From Dubai, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Oyema has described Nigeria's participation at the ongoing Dubai Investment Summit as one of the fruits of economic diplomacy initiative aimed at attracting more investment into the country. Foreign Desk correspondent Wakut Simon Macham reports.
Being a gathering that attracts investors from all over the world, Nigeria's participation at the 9th Dubai Investment Summit becomes even more significant in that it gives the nation an opportunity to pursue its economic agenda through investment.
The UAE is important because globally we've seen the UAE become more aggressive in investment in Africa.
So coming here is a way of attracting these foreign direct investments into the housing sector, into the country.
I think the President certainly will speak to a whole range of investors, but there's clearly a big infrastructure deficit which we need to fix in the country.
We also have deficits here and there in terms of infrastructure, in terms of technological advancement, which some of these investors are ready to provide.
Foreign Affairs Minister Jeffrey Onyama says the event marks another watershed for Nigeria's economic diplomacy initiative that is anchored on the diversification of Nigeria's economy.
We in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we have an economic diplomacy initiative that is linking all the embassies, all our embassies around the world.
The minister also renews his directive to Nigerian missions abroad to facilitate consular services to investors in line with the ease of doing business objective of government. From Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, Makut Simon Macham, NTA News.
Back home now, let's talk business. 22 commercial banks to be probed over stamp duty collections. Maplang Dakok is here to give us all the details. Get on with it, Maplang.
All right, thank you, Joseph, and welcome to Business News. We begin with the report that the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, RMAFC, says it is set to probe 22 commercial banks over stamp duty collections. The commission, in a statement issued by its spokesman Ibrahim Mohammed, says the probe would involve a forensic investigation of the funds that had so far been collected as stamp duty by 22 deposit money banks from 2000 to 2018. The statement said the commission is the only constitutional body vested with the powers to monitor all revenue accruals into the Federation account. Nigeria is one of the world's leading business destinations in Africa, despite reports saying that many businesses in the country are likely to fail within the first 3 years. The multiple taxation has been identified as one of the challenges faced by startups. The situation, however, is being arrested by efforts of the government aimed at improving the ease of doing business. A financial expert speaks on what more needs to be done.
It's very important for government to understand that the life wire of every country are the small, medium enterprises. And the more they can help to streamline the taxes they pay, the better. Why I'm not saying that businesses should not pay taxes. You must pay taxes because that's what pays for all the facilities to get the infrastructure. But it should be done in a more transparent way. The other option that the government can do as well is to give them some tax scheme so that if you have a business, it can give you a 5%.
And trading on the Nigerian Stock Exchange closed on a negative note on the first trading day of the week. The losers dominated activity as the all-share index lost 1.53% to close at 29,162.24, while market capitalization dropped to 10.953 trillion naira, in one of the biggest losses in recent months. Investors exchanged 455.8 million shares valued at 5.2 billion naira in 3,993 deals. Sterling Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank and Triple Egg were the toast of investors, recording more than 60 million naira or 60 million shares each. A look at sector performance shows that the NSE Insurance and Oil and Gas gained 0.20% and 0.08%, while the banking sector, industrial goods and consumer goods finished lower at minus 2.51%, minus 0.88%, and minus 0.35%. That's business news. Joseph, what's next?
I'll tell you all about it. Thank you, Moplang. Now, federal government is contemplating developing a new policy that will strengthen agricultural extension services towards boosting food production and processing in the country. Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Audu Ogbe, who made this known, adds that in addition to the policy, a one-stop shop will also be established by all local government areas of the country. Musa Babaliu has details.
Effective and efficient agricultural extension services provided the adequate support needed by farmers years back when agriculture was the major contributor to the nation's economy. In those years, financial and moral support were given to extension workers to reach out to farmers in rural areas to teach them modern farming techniques. The initiative was, however, abandoned as the World Bank withdrew its support to the program. Today, Nigeria has been rated as the lowest in terms of utilization of extension services in agricultural activities.
Current statistics in Nigeria is over 3,000 to 4,000. In some instances, 5,000, one extension worker to 5,000 farmers. How can they cope? And in reality, don't even have logistic support.
Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Audu Ogbe, identified that Nigeria is lagging behind in extension, but says efforts are geared towards providing effective extension services to farmers in the country.
This is the only guarantee to improving national food and nutrition security. It is also the only way to ensuring the development of high-quality agricultural products that can compete effectively in the global market.
The Agri-Extension Society is worried over the neglect of extension services in Nigeria, despite the fact that agriculture remains the priority of the present administration. The seminar is expected to come out with suggestions on how Nigeria will improve its extension program under the Economic Diversification Program. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Professor Lukman Akimbele, President Agri-Extension Society of Nigeria, joins me live in the studio now. Professor Akimbele, it's nice to have you on NTA Network News.
Thank you very much.
Now, Nigeria used to have an effective extension program. What happened?
Well, Nigeria used to have effective extension program, and extension reached its peak during the era of World Bank funding of agricultural extension. And the expectation of World Bank is that when the fund expires, that the nation will continue the funding so that extension will continue to be vibrant, and as a result, agricultural development will continue to soar. But unfortunately, when World Bank funding expired, the nation did not continue to fund agri-extension activities, and as a result, our agriculture continued to dwindle, and it's got to the point that we could not feed ourselves.
Yeah, you talked about World Bank standard. Also, I know that the World Bank standard has it that there should be one extension worker to 800 farmers. Would you say that is still applicable today?
Well, the situation is pathetic to the extent that we talk of one extension agent to up to 30,000 farmers. And the ratio continues to widen over time. And unless we do something about this, we have our farm families who are not reached, and productivity continues to nosedive. The truth is, we have so relied on oil, and we know that the mono economy is not in the interest of anybody. And agriculture serves as a veritable alternative for our diversification process. So we have to really face our agriculture. It's also important to note that no nation develops if it cannot feed itself.
Okay, so some agronomists, they say that they are advocating presently for a legislation that will help strengthen, you know, the gap, you know, in the, we're talking about extension services now. What's your take on that?
Well, we practice extension in Nigeria without a legislation, no extension policy. Efforts are just being made now to ensure that we have a policy for extension practice in Nigeria. Anyone can do anything. There is no focus. There is no direction. There is no there are no professional extensionists, and anyone can just come in and go out at will. And until and unless we have a policy that will direct extension activities, there is no way we can get our extension rights in the country.
Sure. That's okay. Just tell me a little about your role and, of course, what your organization, your association will be doing to support the federal government in that regard.
Well, it is important that the policy, though it has not gone for legislation, but it has gone through some processes of preparation. And Nigerian Extension Society of Nigeria has played a very important role in ensuring that we have a policy that will serve the interests of all stakeholders who are involved at all stages of the preparation of the policy. Up to the validation stage, we have been involved. We also have implementation strategies that we are part of, and it has reached the stage of the executive preparing it for legislation.
Thank you very much, Professor Lukman Akimbele, President, Agric Extension Society of Nigeria. It was nice speaking with you.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's look at some of the other stories for you now. Acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammed, has told heads of courts across the country to remain committed to improving the quality of justice dispensation as a way of promoting confidence in the nation's judicial system. He was speaking in a message to the opening of the maiden edition of Honorable for Heads of Courts in Nigeria. Judiciary correspondent Femi Okewo reports.
The roundtable for heads of courts across Nigeria is an initiative of the National Judicial Institute to help chief judges of various national and state courts, along with heads of customary and Sharia courts of appeal, deliberate on issues confronting justice dispensation in Nigeria.
To remain relevant in this ever-changing judicial landscape, the courts must provide excellent judicial services efficiently, speedily.
It is in this light that the Acting Chief Justice of Nigeria's message dwelt principally on ethical issues that should help the heads of courts administer justice properly.
There should be a tireless commitment to improving the quality of justice delivery in the courts. To this end, you should painstakingly make efforts to improve the process of your courts in ways that promote confidence in the judicial system.
One of the trends that the roundtable may have to confront is the desperation of litigants to secure judgment of courts at all costs, which leads to forum shopping. Some of the heads of court spoke on this trend.
Where there is a pendency of a matter in another court, all right, obviously the one that has been filed before them, which is the same with the previous one in another court, should be thrown out.
It's the head of court that assigns matters to courts, and when such happens, then we don't allow it.
It's very easy to know when there is a case pending under courts and it's brought to your court, because the issue of jurisdiction will arise.
Resolutions from the roundtable are expected to be circulated to all the courts in Nigeria. In Abuja, Femi Okewo, NTA News.
The network news is broadcast live from Abuja. We take a commercial break now. The news returns presently. Stay with us.
Big head. I am sorry. Where are you?
I'm at the bus stop.
Okay, dinner is ready and mommy wants you to come home.
Okay, I'm coming as soon as I get a bus.
Great news! Oral-B Strong Teeth is introducing a new formula for long-lasting freshness and strong teeth as always. It just got better. Oral-B Strong Teeth with new formula.
Institute for Strategic and Development Communication, Nasarawa State University, KEFI, and Nigerian University, Okada, cordially invites participants to the International Conference on Science Communication, Food Security, and Community Empowerment, and the Popularization Workshop on Script, Science Communication Curriculum. Venue, Sanusi Lamido Hall, Main Library Complex, Nigerian University, Okada. Date, 9th and 10th April 2019. Keynote address, titled Science Reporting, Food Security and Development in Africa. Professor Tony Iradia, Nigerian University, Okada. Special guest of honor, Senator Matthew Ugohide, Chairman, Senate Committee on Public Accounts. Hosts, Professor Suleiman Bala Muhammad, Vice Chancellor, Nasarawa State University, KEFI. Chief host, Professor Lawrence Ikechukwu Ezemonye, Vice Chancellor, Nigerian University, Okada. Professor E.S. Daundaura, Executive Director, Announcer.
In today's world, it's tough being a woman. But thanks to So Clean, Nigeria's #1 detergent with stain magnet technology, doing washing is a whole lot faster and smarter too. Only So Clean has stain magnet technology with an advanced enzyme formula that pulls out even the toughest trapped dirt, just like powerful magnets. No wonder Nigerians love So Clean. So Clean, for a faster, brighter, cleaner wash.
What's up?
His friends didn't come.
Hey, let's practice.
But you're going out.
Don't worry about me.
Nothing satisfies a mother more than seeing a child grow up. But I know as he sweats, he'll face the risk of germs which can cause skin irritation.
That's why you need the new best ever Dettol Cool. Its new advanced formulation with extra menthol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs and gives your family icy cool freshness.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
Why keep mixing things when you can have all in one? New Mr. Muscle All-Purpose Cleaner. Have the cleaning power, so you can easily dance right through a variety of tough messes like spills and stains, grease and soap scum, and get back to the things you love. New Mr. Muscle All-Purpose Cleaner. Get your power in one. SC Johnson, a family company.
The Director General and Management of the Nigerian Institute for Advanced Legal Studies invites members of the public to a symposium on international investment law and practice. Theme, Contemporary Trends in Investment Law and Policy, Lessons for Nigeria, and public presentation of the book, titled Law of International Investment, Essays in honor of Professor Michael Ayo Ajomo. Keynote speaker, Yewande Sadiku, Executive Secretary, CEO, NIPC. Date, Thursday, 11th April 2019. Time, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Venue, Ayo Ajomo Auditorium, National Institute for Advanced Legal Studies, University of Lagos, Akoka, Lagos. Management, Announcer.
You know what a good life is? I'll tell you. It's when everything goes as it should. No interruptions, less worries.
Bachelor's degree, master's degree, on check. Capital for my business, on check.
Will my business outlive me? That's on check.
Thanks to my loving parents, my future is now on check.
At my age, I can only have time to do something like this when my retirement is on check.
Whatever matters to you, we keep everything on check with African Alliance Insurance. African Alliance PLC, with you for life.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do it for fun or for political gains, real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Thanks for staying with us. Now to the legislature now. The Independent National Electoral Commission is to spend 700 million naira for continuous voter registration in 2019. Chairman of the commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, made the submission during the commission's 2019 budget defense before the National Assembly Joint Committee on INEC. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo reports.
Within 3 months, the Independent National Electoral Commission has appeared before the National Assembly Joint Committee on INEC 5 times. The last was to defend its proposals for the conduct of the just concluded general elections, but this time it was in defense of the Commission's statutory allocation in the 2019 budget of 45.5 billion naira. 700 million was allocated to voter registration in the 2019 proposals, prompting some members of the committee to demand for explanations.
We are considering voter registration for the 2 states where we are going to have major elections. But we need some discussions around the voter registration before we go back to doing the voter registration nationwide, including the kind of machines that we have used for the voter registration.
The need for the commission to play down on the use of ad hoc staff for the conduct of elections was addressed by the INEC chairman.
The truth is that I don't know any electoral commission in the world that conducts elections on the strength of its own career staff. You simply have to get ad hoc staff.
Well, we pray and hope that INEC will ensure that the budget works towards ensuring that stakeholders have trust in the electoral process.
The commission appeared late for the 2019 budget defense because it had to conclude all the outstanding elections nationwide. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, hope of a more robust executive legislature relationship during the 9th Assembly resonates among senators and House of Representatives members-elect. This became evident at the ongoing induction orientation course for legislators-elect. National Assembly correspondent Lamiali reports on the commencement of orientation for the second batch of the newly elected lawmakers.
If there is stability in the Senate and the Executive, there will be stability in the country. We'll be able to work together and move to bring prosperity to the economy. We are looking at economic prosperity for people of Nigeria.
Trust will be built between the two, and then a lot of our bills, will be passed. Because these bills are meant to make governance easy.
Governors that are coming back to the Senate, they will come with that experience. They will come with that understanding of how the executive arms works, of how governance is done. And it can only help the system.
Those are the voices of some lawmakers of the 9th Assembly, which would be inaugurated in June. Chairing the orientation for the second batch of newly elected lawmakers, Speaker, House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara believes the narrative for the 9th Assembly should be one that builds on the achievements of the 8th Assembly, which will wrap up in a couple of weeks.
We're praying that we have those leaders who will be able to sustain what we have done in the 8th Assembly and even surpass. And we don't want any leadership that will take us back. We have made a lot of mileage, and we hope that we're able to get the kind of leadership that will build on the achievement of this assembly, which is unparalleled in our legislative history.
In the meantime, procedure for the convening of the National Assembly by the President is provided for in the Constitution, and election of principal officers dominated discourse at the induction. Lami Ali, NTA News.
Minister of Power, Works and Housing Babatunde Fashola has ordered stoppage of work at the National Housing Program in Gwagwalada FCT, Abuja. The order is prompted by the restriction markings by the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCDA. Until all issues are resolved, the minister gave the order during an inspection tour of housing projects in the FCT.
These 3 condominiums, comprising 24 flats with a total of 72 units, were supposed to be among those to be inspected by the minister. But these restriction markings by the FCDA made the minister not to. But then the minister is satisfied with the job done, as he had earlier inspected the project.
This is a government development, and we must first show respect for the laws that we make, so that citizens also will understand that by our example we mean what we say. So until this happens, no further activity should take place here.
Mama Chichi, as she is popularly called here on the Zuba Federal Housing Authority estate, where about 10,000 Nigerians have been so far employed, is a beneficiary of the project. Like many direct and indirect beneficiaries of housing projects, it is a money spinner.
This project is very nice project. Everybody is working. I'm doing business here.
It's helping us. This is where we earn our living. Every morning we are here.
While Mama Chichi is savoring the benefits of the projects, Fashola moved on to inspect the first phase of Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria's ministerial pilot housing scheme, which has 218 units of 1, 2 and 3 bedroom flats.
And we have an update on the suspension of mining in Zamfara State. The Minister of State Mines and Steel Development, Abubakar Bawa Buhari, says the suspension is temporary and that the suspension or the decision is taken in the interest of genuine local and foreign investors in the state. The minister made the clarification during flag-off of mining activities at Kachuku Camp, Suleja, Niger State. Mia Ogidi reports.
Welcome to Kochiko Camp in Suleja, Niger State, with almost all the features of a rural settlement. But nature has smiled on it, so it is now on its way from primitivity to modernity, as the camp secured a space in the global mining map, courtesy of gold and platinum discovered.
And with this, the stage is set that what we need to know now is the economic viability, that is in terms of size, and that is where we are getting to now.
And very soon Nigeria, or the Nigerian flag, will be placed on the international mining map.
The Minister of Mines and Steel Development led the team and went 4 feet underground to have a feel of the newly discovered resources, and thereafter put on the engines, marking the commencement of work in this Itatu rural settlement.
It's so exciting what we've seen here, and the preliminary report shows high deposit of some of the minerals we're looking at, and with the presidential order that they want to know what we have, just not the minerals, but its commercial value. I think we are getting there.
However, on the temporary suspension of mining activities in Zamfara State, the minister said it is for the interest of genuine investors in the industry.
We believe it won't last long, and our message to our investors and those who will be investors that this will not take a long time to be resolved, and we believe the security agencies will flush them out, and it will be in the interest of that community and in the interest of the investors.
Mia Ogidi, NTA News.
Now, journalists in the country are undergoing training in Abuja to get more acquainted with the dynamics of investigative journalism and its application. Omenka Marachuku reports that the event was put together by Daily Trust Foundation.
Investigative journalism, the tools are there for us, so we must investigate what is going on. Investigative journalism comes with different costs in terms of human resources. It's not a celebrity show. It's a team of journalists working together.
Journalists speaking on some of the challenges of investigative reporting. They are among the participants on legal and ethical issues in investigative journalism in Nigeria. Organizers of the training calls for effective reportage.
And it is for that reason that we think that Nigerian journalists should learn enough so that they can do it as professionally as possible.
If you look at the role of journalism in Nigeria, it is the only hope and avenue through which the common man can reach out.
On his part, Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to the Vice President, Laole Akonde, called for accurate reporting and retraining of journalists.
Investigative journalists should discharge their duties without infringing on the fundamental rights of an individual or having unauthorized access to information that may put the journalist at the risk of criminal prosecution or going against the laws of the land.
The two-day training is expected to update journalists on contemporary issues on investigative reporting in Nigeria. In Abuja, Omenka Marachuku, NTA News.
The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria wishes to inform passengers and the general public that there was a fire incident that affected some parts of the terminal building of Sam Mbakwe International Cargo Airport, Owerri, at about 2 p.m. today. A statement by the General Manager, Corporate Affairs, Mrs. Henrietta Yakubu, says the fire was curtailed swiftly by officers of the Aerodrome Rescue and Firefighting Services Department of FAN. There was no casualty and normal operations has since resumed at the airport. The authority, however, noted that it has commenced preliminary investigations into the cause of the incident and it is committed to the core values of safety, security and comfort of Nigerians. Jennifer Igwe is in our Lagos studio and she will be telling us more on commissioning of projects and latest on the Nigerian Maritime University. Hello, Jennifer.
Thank you, Joseph. Good evening and a warm welcome to Lagos. The Nigerian Navy is prioritizing operational and non-operational logistics support to the officers and ratings. This remark was made by the Commander NNS Beecroft, Rear Admiral Okon Ayo, at the inauguration of projects in Lagos. Lynn Lindeke has details.
The Nigerian Navy is providing a conducive environment for enhanced operation. It is therefore not surprising that the Commander NNS Beecroft, Rear Admiral Okon Ayo, and the Flag Officer commanding Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral Obed Ngalabak, inaugurated over 45 projects. Top amongst them are offices and blocks of classrooms at the Nigerian Navy Primary School, Okokomaiku. The Navy also inaugurated recently renovated offices, mustering points, and other projects at NNS Beecroft, Apapa.
In the concept of motivation, it is incontestable that availability of the tools of our trade, conducive working environment, adequate and robust social services, especially in terms of medical and educational services, are major ingredients.
The Commander NNS Beecroft, however, stressed that there are areas requiring improvement.
I gave serious attention to the improvement of the base structures, as in the rehabilitation of offices and construction of facilities like the car park, fleet sustenance in the unrelenting overhaul of platforms and facilitation of expansion, provisioning of operational logistics in the delivery of diverse equipment, upgrade of vehicular fleet, and enhancement of bathing facilities, and a number of other categories, including the substantial attention to welfare projects, environmental facelift, and equipment procurement.
The Nigerian Navy has the mandate to safeguard the nation's maritime environment and resources within her area of responsibility. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
And the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, has reaffirmed the commitment of the Buhari administration to transforming Nigeria's first maritime university to a world-class citadel of learning. He said this during the matriculation of the university in Okeren-Konko in Warri, Delta State. Michael Olaleye has the details.
Nigeria Maritime University.
The pioneer cadets of the 2018-2019 academic session were officially admitted into the university after taking the oath. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who was represented by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Niger Delta matters in the Vice President's office, said the vision of the federal government is to elevate all sectors of the economy to a level where the hopes and aspirations of the citizens are realized.
This university is one of the strongest demonstrations yet of the total and unflinching commitment of the Buhari administration to the development and progress of the Niger Delta.
The Delta State government provided take-off grants. The Deputy Governor enjoined the students to be focused on the essence of their studies.
You are here for one singular purpose. The purpose to add value to the Nigerian society. And you can only have value to humanity when you are trained.
The Vice Chancellor of the university, who was elated at the commencement of the maiden academic calendar, expressed gratitude to the federal government for setting up a maritime university.
Without words to express our joy on fulfillment of this landslide potential in the maritime sector.
We're putting the right building blocks in place to make this country a hub for maritime activities, and we'll begin to reap the benefits in a few years' time.
The Nigerian Maritime University trains personnel for a period of 4 years across 3 faculties of engineering, environmental management, and maritime transportation and logistics. In Lagos, Michael Olade, NTA News.
This is NTA Network News. More reports ahead with Joseph in Abuja after this timeout. Stay with us.
When I was a little girl, I loved spending time with Mum and Grandma cleaning the house. I was so excited to sing in the choir. And your shirts are always so white. I knew what Mum's secret was. Today, I'm a modern woman that still trusts the secrets passed down to me. It's Jik, of course. The original trusted bleach, which can be used all around your house for amazing results. Shh, it's our little secret. It's no secret. It's Jik's best ever extra whitening power. Just Jik it.
You discovered the things even before you discovered being a mom. You ate the things that you would not touch before. You have memorized voluminous books. Now keep discovering with Molfix Newborn. Its soft and breathable surface gently touches your baby's skin. Its ultra-absorbent structure locks the liquid in, provides the care your newborn baby needs. Molfix Newborn. Happy today, happy tomorrow.
Your perfect family is under threat by germs. Infectious diseases are now the world's biggest killer of adults and children. These infectious diseases are caused by germs. They are everywhere. An average human being comes in contact with over 1 million germs daily in unclean water, dirty surfaces, in the toilets, on cuts and wounds, on your clothes. Germs can cause deadly diseases like typhoid, diarrhea, flu, and cough. To protect your family from germs, use the power of Dettol's One Capful for surface cleaning in your bathing water, in your laundry water, for first aid to protect your family from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Introducing Dettol Antiseptic Liquid in Sachet for only 40 Naira.
Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
Here you go.
Madam.
That's it. Those Nairas are enough.
Hi, dear. Helen! You got so much even after spending so little.
Savings is such a necessity.
You save everywhere. But here, you lose it all.
How?
With this?
Impossible.
New Tika Apic 10X. Even after applying up to 1 liter of your solution multiple times, you won't get the same cleaning that Apic gives you in a single round.
And the expense?
Far less compared to your 1 liter of solution. New Tika Apic. Tough in cleaning,
tough in savings.
This one now, we are going to sit down and relax yourself when you don't, you know. You see this shirt? Blue. Hey, see this one? Now for hold up yesterday. Now see this one. Now dive up.
Efe, that one do. I see everything where you arrange. It's pure. You don't buy your long-lasting insecticidal net, so.
See net full everywhere now.
Long-lasting insecticidal net, na net where they treat. That one where people they sleep for inside. You don't carry your wife go register for antenatal care, so.
No, I say for 8 months for just run
now. You see your life? That antenatal care, now there they go give them the intermittent preventive treatment, IPT. And now waiting they stop and prevent malaria be that, my brother. See, just carry your wife, make she go register for antenatal care.
Woman wey get malaria join her belle, then play with her pikin future. Make you sharply register early and attend antenatal regularly to receive IPT. We go prevent malaria. Now, Government of Nigeria and Rollback Malaria Partners bring you this message. For a malaria-free Nigeria, play your part.
I thought leaving the country was the best decision for me and my future.
I left for a better life.
We were picked up by immigration officials and sent to a detention camp.
I spent 8 months in the detention camp.
There was no food, no water.
I saw people being beaten like animals.
Some women were raped. Some women were sold as slaves.
I thought I would never see my loved ones again.
I have made the biggest mistake of my life.
I have wasted all my savings.
I have to start all over again.
Migration is a human phenomenon which cannot be stopped. But if we choose to migrate, we advocate that it should be done in a safe, orderly, regular, and dignified way, and not in a dangerous and tortuous manner.
This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons.
You're still watching NTA Network News, and we are back in Abuja. The All Progressives Congress has stated that it has no intention to join issues with the PDP over what it calls concocted allegations against APC and its leaders. A statement by APC National Publicity Secretary Lanre Isao Nilu said the party is aware of the PDP's intention to deceive the public and, most importantly, intimidate and blackmail the Supreme Court justices into doing their bidding in respect of the matter of the exclusion of Rivers State APC candidates from the last elections before the Apex Court. The party urged Nigerians to completely ignore the PDP's false statement on the matter of the exclusion of Rivers APC candidates from the last elections. The statement said the PDP has refused to come to terms with the fact that the Buhari-led APC administration is a stickler for the rule of law. Let's get more news now with Abdullahi Mohammed in our Kaduna studios. Abdullahi.
Good evening, Joseph, and thanks for joining us here in Kaduna. We're beginning with security matters. Now, Acting Inspector General of Police Muhammad Adamu has met stakeholders in Benungwari local government area of Kaduna State to improve on strategies of operations aimed at flushing out kidnappers and bandits in the area. Achari Maxwell was there and now reports.
Following Sunday evening bandits' attack on Kakangi in Benungwari, which claimed some lives, the Acting Inspector General of Police was in the area to commiserate with the community.
Also the strategic nature of Benungwari and the economic activities that make the people flourish, that the bandits have found it as a heaven.
I will thank you very much for this visit because it shows your concern. It shows the concern of the police.
At a stakeholders meeting, the acting IG assured the people that President Buhari has given a marching order to the security agents to dislodge the criminals and restore peace and order to the land. Hence, they cannot afford to fail. The stakeholders applauded the initiative, but raised certain concerns and appealed to the acting IG to deploy more police personnel to the area.
In essence, this interaction has shown us one thing, that the community is ready to work with the security agencies to fight crime. And this is what we are asking for, and this is what we have gotten, and then the operation will be successful.
Expectations here are that the meeting between the acting IG and the stakeholders in Benungwari will bring a lasting solution to the killings in this local government area. From Benungwari is Achari Maxwell, NTA News.
Thank you, Achari. Concerned about the dangers posed by animals along highways, the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency FEMA has embarked on vegetation control along some major federal roads linking Jigawa and Bauchi State. Abdullah Bernunku reports that the project tagged Rights of Way is towards achieving safer motoring.
It is a source of concern to motorists as moving vehicles share roads in this time of the year with stray animals like camels who are out in search of greener vegetations along major highways. This necessitates a vegetation control to clear view for the motorists and make roads safer. The project, which includes desisting of block drainages, is being carried out by over 400 youths. They will continue to enthuse over their engagement to save lives.
I have no word to thank this government. I'm very happy. Is to eradicate poverty. That is to engage youth for these activities. And the second one is to provide safer transportation.
In the meantime, motorists plying other major roads like Kano to Kana Huguma
linking Jigawa, Bauchi and other neighboring states are calling on FEMA to extend its services to the highway because of the number of potholes leading to accidents on a daily basis. From Duse, Abdullahi Garba Bernonkudu, NTA News.
Another report by Abdullahi from Jaga ends Network News from Kaduna is back to Abuja, where Joseph's standing by to continue Network News. Joseph?
Thank you, Abdullahi. Let's just quickly take another commercial break now. Stay with us.
Curbing electoral violence plus other related matters is the thrust this week on NTA Tuesday Live. The program every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. promises to be incisive, informative and educative. Don't miss it.
Team huddle. But we lost. Don't be tired, guys. This isn't a loss. It's a practice for winning.
Nothing makes a mother prouder than seeing her child growing up. But I know as he learns to lead, he'll face even more dirt, germs, and risk of illness.
That's why in changing seasons, you need strong Dettol protection. Because Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms. Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online, or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rich.
Let's bring in sports now with Olumide Eguntala.
The just concluded all-comers athletics meet in Ijebu-Ode, which is designed to help athletes gauge their level of preparedness ahead of the AFN Golden League, as well as help identify new talent, has been described as a successful one, as a total of 130 athletes and 30 officials were selected to represent the country at the forthcoming Athletics Championship later this year in the North African country. The second edition of National Para-Canoe and Rowing Competition has ended in Lagos with assurance from stakeholders that Team Nigeria will put up an impressive performance at the forthcoming Continental and Paralympics Games.
They have this raw talent and we just need to teach them little more techniques and we are good to go.
In basketball, efforts are on by our stakeholder to develop the game at the grassroots level, targeting youth at their tender age and nurture them to stardom regardless of their background.
We also give the opportunity to public school children. And these children don't have money. If they don't have, how are we going to do it? So stop going to the mini basket in Piazza in Italy? No.
In a related development, our tennis star Tolu Adeleye is said to pay back to the society through its developmental program for Nigerian youth.
To teach kids what we call the 3 C's, a curiosity for the world, a concern for the world, and a confidence to effect change in the world.
And in rugby, the Nigerian Rugby Football Federation rose from its annual general meeting held in Lagos with a resolution to fortify the national team through a well-organized league. The meeting also agreed on improved welfare package for its players and took decisive steps towards actualizing their various programs, especially the Africa Silver Cup to be hosted by Nigeria.
We have enormous opportunities at senior level where we are invited to participate in the Olympic qualification.
The meeting concluded that state unions should be set up and elections monitored by the national body. With sports update, Olumide Eguntala, NTA News.
And that's NTA Network News for tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm Joseph Johnson. Good night.
Can we have your menu booklet, please?
Madam, we need a sale book for here. See, our food, see our food.
Like you don't have a menu? So how am I supposed to know what to order for or what to eat?
Who the heck recommended this rat hole of a booker for you?
Who can you? What do you want?
Oh my